Hey.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Cross4 Gaming Podcast, episode number 8. I'm your host, Assad, filling in for Patrick, who is feeling a bit under the weather today and couldn't make it. I am joined by, starting from an order of my way the faces appear on my screen here, we have Nolan Brown.
Hey, everybody.
We have Hunter Jackson.
Hey.
We have Ned.
Greetings, humans.
And then we have Sam.
Hey, what's up?
And I just realized I gave the first two people's the last names and not the last two people, so sorry.
Ah, that's okay.
Well, no, I guess
No big
technically
deal.
Ned is like your full name, just condensed.
Yeah, it's just my initials, but you can call me Nate, Ned, or I respond to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, I'm Assad, aka Anafix. I'm not sure if you heard that part. And I don't normally host this show. This is the first time I've been on here leading things, so this might be a different experience for all of us. Anybody have any interesting things that have been going on this week that they want to share real quick?
I just bought a portable hard drive for my laptop, and I'm thinking about moving entirely to a laptop instead of having a desktop.
Interesting.
Interesting.
For work purposes and stuff. It just, I don't know. I'm not on my desktop enough to really warrant keeping it right now, and having that extra money would be nice.
Okay. Now, is there any significance to it being purple, or
Purple.
is that what you
Because
said?
it's purple, obviously.
Yeah.
Did I
okay.
say purple?
It
I
sounds
didn't
like
say
you said purple.
Whoops.
Or did you mean portable?
Portable.
Portable.
Okay.
Nope.
I was
Nope.
like,
My old laptop is purple.
I was
Okay.
like, all right,
I
all right. I like it.
I know Western Digital makes a purple drive, but it's designed for like surveillance and CCTV systems.
Yep.
Yes.
oh, what
Well,
are you
the
getting
portable
yourself
drive I
into?
bought was Seagate. I'm spying on all my neighbors.
Okay. Anyone else?
I bought 2 new devices for my computer. My case is gray with blue lighting, but my keyboard is red backlight. So I bought a RGB Corsair keyboard, the K55. It's not it's not mechanical. I've tried out mechanical keyboards, demoing them in stores. I don't really like the mechanical part. The noise just bugs me.
It's annoying. Like, I will
Yes.
readily admit. I mean, I feel mine's not mechanical, but even just like the clack of this is
Yeah.
like a little annoying to me. And like my nephew has a mechanical keyboard, and I swear I can hear it from the next room, and it's the most annoying thing in the world to me. Like,
Yeah.
if you like them, that's good for you. I'm just like, not to get anyone upset. I'm just like, I can't do it.
I can't do it either. That's why I'm glad this one isn't mechanical. And the only reason I was going to get a mechanical is to get the silent switches, the Cherry MX Silent, but they didn't have it at Best Buy when I went. I don't normally shop at Best Buy because price reasons usually and stock reasons, but it's nice to go in a store. I don't have Micro Center or Pfizer Electronics in close distance, so Best Buy is the only thing I have, unfortunately.
My closest Micro Center is like an hour away.
Mine is 3.5.
Oh,
I don't even know
jeez.
what Micro Center is. I don't even. There's probably not even one nearby.
Same.
Yeah, a Micro Center. Basically, imagine like an advanced auto parts for computer nerds.
Yep.
Ah, I see.
And they have
It's a beautiful
deals.
place. They do.
Yeah, they have really good deals.
They
Like
do.
a motherboard and a CPU combo. I'm like, for $30 off. Like, I can't find that anywhere here except for
Ooh.
online.
That's nice.
It's amazing.
I shop at Best Buy sometimes, but like you're saying, the stock issues are kind of annoying. But otherwise, they do price match with Amazon.
Well, they do, but if I want to go in there and get a like a Crucial MX 300 M.2, I can't find it there. They only have the flashy tech. They have the glamour tech.
Yep.
And they also They actually did. They have priced their their like computer parts on a reasonable level, or matched with the base price of online. I have compared that with Amazon, and their GTX 1080, their NVIDIA, the blower style, is actually cheaper than online. Like online, it's 700 and above. They have it for 549. I'm like, that's insane.
Wow.
That's not too bad at all.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that's MSRP. And online now, like everywhere, that one card is 700 and above.
Well, now that you said that, that card's going to be gone.
Like,
Yeah.
Card's going to shoot again.
all
Yeah.
the crypto guys are going to hear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's
maybe
so
I should've
annoying, man.
Maybe I
want
shouldn't have
to.
said that.
I want to upgrade, but like I want to get Ryzen, but the price for RAM and the price for the graphics card right now
Yes.
are just.
Well, what you can do is you can get, I think 2400 or at least 2666, but you'd have to overclock it to at least 3 gigahertz.
Yeah. Yeah, I could do that. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything bad about overclocking RAM, but overclocking anything makes your system hotter, because overclocking anything builds up heat.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
I know several of us are hardware nerds here, but let's not rabbit trail too much. I know Anifix has an agenda to work from, so
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
hey, it's fine.
So speaking of agenda, the topics for tonight's show are actually the Computex 2018 announcements, which we're going to go over later, which is related to what you guys were just talking about, of course, and basically the unmitigated disaster that the latest Hearthstone patch has been. So that's going to be fun to discuss. Into the news, I just wanted to bring up that we are a Humble partner. We are affiliated with them, and if you were to click our affiliate link in the description, you would actually not only would you be helping the normal charities that are on the Humble Bundle store, but you would also be helping us out. If you go through that link, you can even do like a monthly Humble service that allows you to get some great games. Does anybody in here actually subscribe to the Humble Monthly?
I am not, just because normally I don't get enough games often enough, or like I don't like getting random games, so I usually don't do that kind of thing. But I've been poking through just to see what's going on. So I know there's been some new ones coming up. Let's see. Just looking at it.
For the July bundle, the early unlocks you get are Hearts of Iron 4, which is a World War II strategy game.
Yeah. Black Wake.
And Portal Knights.
Yeah.
Oh, that one sounds more up my alley. Swords and portals seem to go quite well together. But yeah, go ahead and check that out, and you might be able to expand your game collection and help out a good cause as well.
Yeah.
And if you're not as big into the games, the Humble Book Bundle this month, or for this
yeah.
next 10 days, is really good if you want to get into coding. It's the Pocket Primer Pack from Mercury Publishing. It includes Pocket Primers from HTML5, CSS3, jQuery, programming in Microsoft Excel, AngularJS 4, data structures and algorithms in C++, Python 3, developing for Android, and developing for mobile in HTML5.
A lot of those are very useful abilities for programming, that's for sure.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Okay. So let's go on into our news segment. First item we have on here is the home of David HOGG SWATTED. Now, most of you guys, if you are not into politics or whatever, David Hogg is a survivor of the school shootings in Florida, and he's essentially made himself the face of the whole gun control movement at this point. And what happened in this situation is somebody swatted his home, which that means they basically called the cops and said there was a hostage situation going on. And the SWAT team went to try to solve it, only to find an empty house. Now, thankfully, he actually was not home at the time. Him and his mom were in D.C. He was accepting an award of some kind. But this is one of those things that's always been really concerning because swatting is very dangerous. It's very uncalled for. No matter what you think of this guy, that's definitely not something you should be doing. That's a good way to get somebody killed.
Yeah. It's disappointing to see, man. Like, the gaming community does so much good, and then something like this makes the news way quicker and just way more widespread than something like a charity fund or something that a lot of streamers run. And it's dumb.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Although I don't think this is related to gaming, at least as far as I'm aware, but it's something that's more common with Twitch streams.
Yeah.
Right.
Than anything.
Yeah, swatting is never okay. And we've seen in the past where people, I know there was an incident, I believe it was in Kansas about a year ago, where someone got enraged over a Call of Duty match and had called in a swatting on a given address, which actually turned out to be an address of a third party who was not even related, and the guy wound up shot by the SWAT team members.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the SWAT team rolls up, they are assuming that it is an active situation, and that whoever they're going to encounter is hostile.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Next item on the list, not to just shove that to the side, but we have other things here. We got the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer is released. The movie's called Ralph Breaks the Internet, and it looks like exactly what the title says. Then they're going into the internet, and crazy things happen on the internet. I mean, I don't know how else to describe that. Anybody interested in seeing this movie?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier, like, I'm excited for it, but I think I like the first one more than I'm gonna like this one, just because the first one seemed more gaming oriented. This one seems more, I guess it's in the title, Breaks the Internet. It just seems more like meme culture and I don't know. It definitely has a ton of references, so I definitely do want to see it and see what they're able to pull off and stuff. I heard something about, I could be getting this mixed up with something else, Charles Martinet possibly being in it.
That'd be cool.
Yes, we definitely would like to have the voice of Mario in there somewhere.
But I know Nintendo is very protective of that kind of stuff too. So
yeah.
Now, Ned, I think you were trying to say something a little bit ago.
Yeah, sorry, the stream froze up on me for a second there.
Oh.
I'm more than willing to give this movie a chance. The first Wreck-It Ralph surprised me, was a lot better than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
But at the moment, based on what I'm seeing in the trailer here, I'm just a little ambivalent. I think it could be good, but I'm worried that if it tries... Let's see. What's the right way to put this? When corporate Hollywood tries to interpret internet and meme culture, they always get it terribly, terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Big Bang Theory.
I see your point.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really hoping that this winds up being as good, at least as good a movie as the first Wreck-It Ralph.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
It's definitely something to be hopeful for. More in movie news, actually. The Lego Movie 2 trailer was also released. It's looking like it has some sort of Mad Max vibe there in the beginning, and then everybody gets kidnapped. This is another movie. You know, I enjoyed the first one a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to build Legos like all the time when I was a kid, and every now and again, still as an adult, I do. And this still surprised me. I mean, I was expecting things to be built and stuff, but it just has its own sort of unique kind of charm, like in the way that they did the animation and everything.
Yeah.
Kind of took me back.
Almost stop motion, like how just older YouTube videos people would be making their stop motion videos with Legos, and it seems almost like that. Certain actions and stuff, they'll kind of, if they jump or whatever, you can tell they're just frozen in the air. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I like the twist at the end of the first one. I guess spoiler alert, but it's also been out for a couple of years.
Yeah.
The fact that it was just kids playing with a set was really cool.
Yeah. So who says kids are bad at making movies?
Right.
Yeah.
I just want that this one to be that as them recording it to like upload to YouTube or something. Something dumb would be kind of funny, but I really liked the first one a lot more than I thought I would.
Definitely. Anyone else have any thoughts on this one, or?
I think it looks interesting. I mean, I'm hoping that it's going to be like, I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know where they're going to go with this based on, like, because it looks like, I figured if anything, when I first heard about that they were making another one, that was going to pick up shortly after like the first one, where it was like the little sister and her Duplos. And I thought that was going to be what it is, but this doesn't seem to be that. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Lego Movie 2 Duplos.
Well, I mean, I think I saw some of the Duplos in the trailer, but it didn't seem like the main focus at all.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, it's just the first trailer. There are a lot of things they could reveal, and a lot of things they probably shouldn't reveal until the movie, is in theaters. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's definitely something that's not like I guess it is plot heavy, but it's not something I don't care too much about the plot. I care more about the jokes and the comedy and all the references and stuff. So I probably won't be watching any other trailers. I'll probably definitely see it when it comes out in theaters. So looks really good.
Okay. A little bit of gaming news here now. Microsoft is delaying Crackdown 3 to 2019. Had to put the exclamation point or question mark in there. Wow, I know my symbols here. So it's my understanding that this game has actually been delayed multiple times already, and now it's being pushed back to a different year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just confirmed that it's getting pushed back to February.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so just a little bit into next year, not like September or something like that. So I guess it could be worse.
It's still Microsoft just can't catch a break with this though.
Nope.
Yeah.
Their first party games are constantly getting pushed around and
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm still a little salty about the fact that Scalebound is never going to exist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay. Turns out we were about to say pretty much the same thing. Because I was going to say it's still faring better than Scalebound, but
I think that's because that was like such a big thing because we were all waiting. Sony was getting Horizon Zero Dawn, and they are all getting their first party releases, but Sony was faring far better. And then they're like, "Hey, Scalebound, it's canceled," and everyone's like, "Well, great. There goes my there goes my purpose."
Yeah.
Yeah, if that was going to come out, I was going to keep my Xbox One, but I kind of got tired of it. I'm not a console gamer. I used to be a console gamer when I had the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, but then I just went to PC gaming. But I had an Xbox One and for a little while. I was going to keep my Xbox One for that game because I was really excited about that. I know it is also going to be on Play Anywhere, so you can play it on PC also.
Yeah.
With the streaming, but I just kind of killed it for me. Not just that game, but other reasons too.
Yeah, probably the straw that broke the camel's back in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. The only reason I would consider getting an Xbox One of any variety right now is if I wanted a 4K Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you can get
interesting
one.
because that's how the PS2 was when it came out, because, you know, it was a Blu-ray player and a lot of people were buying it because it was the cheapest Blu-ray player that there was at the time.
You mean regular DVD, right?
Well, it would be Blu-ray
Yes.
for the PS3.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
But the PS3 as well. It was
Yeah.
the PS3 was like that as well, though, wasn't it?
The PS3 was
Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Blu-ray, yeah. I don't know how
Initially.
but PS3 was
Pretty much say
expensive when it first
PS3.
came out, though.
Yeah.
At least
Yes.
for release of both PS3 and Blu-ray players, I think the PS3 did.
Well, yeah,
Did kinda help
PS3 also played games, though. I think that was part of it. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
like there were Blu-ray players when they first came out that it was like $300-400 already. So a lot of people were like, all right, well, if I get a PS3, then I can have a Blu-ray player and also play games. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah. There was a couple months ago, I seriously considered, right before the Xbox One X came out, getting a used Xbox One S just so I could have a 4K Blu-ray player.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, I guess if it's the right price, it'd still be good for that. It's pretty
Yeah, you
easy to
can
use
find-
for that too.
You can find used Xbox One S's, I think, for about 200, maybe 150 if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
just getting the console, no games or anything. But I mean, if you're
Yeah.
if you're just looking for 4K Blu-ray, then
Just
Because-
download all the free games for it.
Yeah.
All right. Next item here is Valve. It says Valve to allow all content unless it's illegal or trolling, which seems
that
pretty
mean?
broad.
Yeah.
I think basically
it is.
instead of trying to like actively police like specific titles or whatever, it's like they're basically going to say unless it's actively breaking the law or it's just there to troll things, then they're just going to allow it on there and let it sink or swim with the community. So if the community like really hates the game, they're going to let it downvote it to oblivion and basically ensure that it's not going to get any sales.
yeah.
And of course, on the flip side, if it's a great game, then everyone's going to boost it.
Yeah,
I think
it
that's
seems like
the gist of it.
more of a just do what you want. Just make sure you're not breaking any rules, and you know the main thing that comes to mind, I think, is for me anyway, is like Steam. For the most part, if it's been in the news, it's been because you know they're getting rid of like more pornographic games and stuff like that, and it seems like now they're kind of just like, okay, you know what, we're not in charge of policing everyone, so just go nuts. And that's probably, we might start seeing that more, I think.
Well, this is. If somebody wants to go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is, from what my understanding, this is because of the backlash or the controversy over active shooter. Some people said it's free speech. Some people said, no, it's offensive because you can be the shooter and go into a school and shoot up the school. And people don't like that because of the recent school shootings. But you can also, they also allowed you to be a SWAT member and go in and shoot the shooter. But I mean, there were people saying this is no different from GTA, where you can go around shooting civilians, and other games that had the same thing. Another game came to mind is the Call of Duty game that where you go into undercover, you go into an airport and shoot up. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
and
No
shoot
rush.
up civilians.
Yeah.
And-
I remember that.
That was a
And
big
that was
thing.
that was also a controversial part of that game. But this more so because of the recent school shootings, and it seems like because of the nobody really can make one perspective on it, because everybody's saying there's a group saying no, I don't want it on Steam. Another group is saying, but it's not any different than any other game. Seems like Steam is just like, I'll leave it up to you. Just I don't care anymore. I'll just leave it up to you. And then make that stance
Basically.
of
So, to kind of add to that, I think this is the right approach for Steam. I know there's been a lot of clapback in the game journalism community. I know Nathan Grayson wrote a piece calling it irresponsible of Valve, but honestly, I think the real approach here that Steam is taking is we are not vetters of games. We are a platform, not a publisher.
Right.
And as a counterpoint to all the ruckus about active shooter, tell me, does anyone remember Super Columbine Massacre RPG?
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
remember that by name.
Yes, I do. Yeah, like
So
Sounds so much
who don't
worse.
remember, it was an indie game made in RPG Maker that was published in 2005 that generated a ton of controversy
Oh man, I can imagine.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
because it was a game where you played as Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold
Hmm.
and recreated the entire 1999 Columbine high school shootings.
Hmm.
And it was a game that actually was entered for some indie awards the year it was produced.
Oh,
And
jeez.
of course, it made a whole lot of ruckus, but ultimately was allowed to stand. And, well, let's put it this way. On Metacritic, its current rating is... Hold on.
Drum roll.
Oh, hold on. It's being dumb here. Oh, I'm sorry. Its current score on IMDb, which it appears to not even be listed on Metacritic, is
Huh.
5.8 out of 10.
Okay, so not
Jeez.
super amazing.
Yeah. So people are going to put stuff out there that's going to offend somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
And I really think that in a free and open society, that we have to be willing to tolerate even things that we may find offensive, like Super Columbine RPG or active shooter. Doesn't mean we necessarily think those things are good or that they're things that are desirable, but I think they're necessary for us as points of contention to discuss about what is or isn't good from a perspective of free speech and expression. In this case, are these games I would play? No.
Right.
But do I think that they're things that necessarily need to be made? Maybe. But I would be full on against limiting the right of people to make these things.
Yeah.
I think I can agree with that.
It's something comes to mind too with like talking about this is like I guess it's kind of off track, but just really quickly wanted to say like you could probably find a documentary or some kind of reenacted movie of a lot of different cases of like domestic abuse or some kind of tragic event that happened. I'm sure there's a couple about 9/11. There's a couple about different bombings. There's a couple about I know there's one about O.J. Simpson, and you'll find pretty much anything to do with that, and nobody says really anything, which is kind of weird. I mean, granted, one is looking at it more from just a matter of fact statement, and the other one's kind of like play a game and reenact what happened, and it's like I don't think either one of them is great, but just the fact that it's there, the fact that it's it's in our history and more people can see that it happened, I guess is kind of important.
Agreed. There's one little portion of this article that I did neglect to mention before, is that Steam is planning on implementing more controls to the user base so that they can actually filter out game archetypes that they don't want to see. So it's going to give the more power to the player, so to speak, to make it so that they don't show up in like their suggested searches or
That's good.
I guess ads or anything. So it's not like, okay, well, you're just going to have to deal with it. It's like, no, it's like you have ways of not actually even seeing
Right.
this content if you want. So that's another good move, I think.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I mean, first of all, should have been implemented a while ago, but second, it's good that they're finally putting that in.
Indeed. All right, and one final gaming news item here. Square Enix continues to improve Chrono Trigger PC port. Now, fans of Chrono Trigger might remember that when it first came out, it was a broken mess. I guess there were menus all over the place, and it just generally wasn't working so great because they actually ripped this one off the mobile port. Is that right? I mean, that's my
Believe so.
understanding.
Yeah, it was basically, we've made the old joke before that they literally right-clicked save as Windows.
Yeah.
But literally the UI and the controls were literally pixel for pixel from the mobile port.
Yeah.
But it is good to see that Square Enix is actually listening to the fans who are upset about this and doing something about it at the very least.
Yeah.
You're just hoping they do that on future games.
Yeah, definitely.
They may not be coming out this year.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. Before we move on to the next segment, wanted to bring the Twitch Prime Amazon affiliate up to you guys. Basically, the way that works is, we're a Twitch affiliate, and that allows us to have, you know what? Let me defer this to someone else who could probably explain it a bit better because I'm apparently stumbling over myself right now.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, as one of our Twitch streamers, and Nolan is as well, we are a Twitch affiliate, which means that you can subscribe to our channel on Twitch. But the nice thing about Twitch Prime, which you can get for free if you subscribe to Amazon Prime, is that for one channel a month, you can get a free Twitch Prime subscription to that channel, which helps us out if you choose us as your Twitch subscription for the month, and basically lets you support one creator on the platform for free. And so if you'd like to support us on our Twitch channel, which you can see me there on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. playing Fallout 4, and Nolan, I think you're going through Bloodborne right now, and you're actually going to be getting off here in a few minutes to do just that.
I will, yeah. Like right now, Clue is playing Raft, and when she's done is when I'm going to be starting up Bloodborne. So yeah, so I will this will probably be the last segment I'm on because I think she's almost done. But yeah, you can get on and see us there, and it helps us out with a couple little things.
So yeah, subscribing with Twitch Prime is a good way to support creators that you want to see more content from, and it doesn't cost you anything extra other than your Amazon Prime membership. And plus, you get all kinds of neat rewards. I know this month, like this month, there's a free Twitch Prime pack for Fortnite, which gives you some skins and some in-game cosmetic items. 5 rare Nexomania loot chests for Heroes of the Storm. An ultimate supply drop pack for Call of Duty World War II. A special weather-worn regalia for your car in Final Fantasy 15 and a whole bunch of other things. Bunch of free games as well, which I think we talked about on the Monday podcast.
Yes, we did. Well, I'm glad you explained that. You did a very good job, sir. All right.